What's up, guys? All right, so today the passage is called Letting People Be There for Us. Okay, this is going to get kind of deep, so um, just get ready. All right. Sometimes we need nurturing, sometimes we need people to support us. Many of us have been deprived of support and nurturing for so long we may not realize it's something we want and need. Many of us have learned to block or stop ourselves from getting what we want and need. We may not reach out to have our needs met. We may be in relationships with people who cannot or will not be available to meet our needs. Or we may be in relationships with people who would be happy to respond to a direct request from us. We may have to give up something to do this. We may have to let go of our martyr or victim role. If we ask for what we want and need and get those needs met, we will not be able to punish people or push them away later on for disappointing us. We may have to let go of our fears enough to experience the intimacy that will occur when we allow someone to love and support us. We may even have to learn one day at a time how to be happy and content. Learn to let others be there for us. Today, I will be open to identifying what I need from people and I will ask for what I want directly. I will let others be there for me. All right, so that's pretty deep. Okay? So it's like, maybe you grew up in a home where you didn't get a lot of love and support, okay? And so this is like what's natural and what's comfortable for you, okay? And growing up, and then getting in relationships with people, like we may be in relationships with people who cannot or will not be available to meet our needs, okay? So maybe you grew up in a home where all you wanted was like love, but it just didn't happen in the house that you were in, okay? It just was not like that. It was just a very toxic environment. And so you go out in the world and you're wanting love and nourishment, and all you want is just to be happy. And so you start getting into relationships, with the opposite sex, with the same sex, whatever you're into, I don't know. And it's just like it's not happening. Like you keep on meeting the same type of people over and over. At least like all I have is my experience to share about. Okay, so that's my experience. And so it says I continue to be in relationships with people, including just friendships, with people who were just like they were constant. It was just like I was reliving my childhood over and over again in all my relationships. Okay, and it took me a long time to recognize that. Okay, and so don't beat yourself up if you're doing that now, or if you're wondering why possibly you keep ending up in these like dead end relationships. It could be connected to the fact that there's something inside of you that needs to be healed. Okay, I know for me that's what it led me to. Okay, that um, I was like looking for love in all the wrong places. There's this saying, go into the hardware store trying to find milk. Okay, they don't sell milk at the hardware store. All right, so I had to learn to stop going to the hardware store. Okay, when I needed milk. All right, because I had to start learning to go to the grocery store. All right, okay, so see that little difference there. All right, there's a big difference. All right. And then it's like, or we may be in relationships with people who would be happy to respond to a direct request from us. I don't know. I'm kind of taking this both two different ways. All right. So it's like, because I just got this list, like somebody wants like control. It's like if you ask, they'll help you. And I've been in, but it's like they make you kind of like grovel, because I've been in relationships like that as well. But then there's also these relationships where somebody is just there to help because I was so um mistrusting, and because I just like believed that every person was the same for a really long time and was going to just end up treating me the same. Like I kept people at a distance. Okay, and then when the people that were there to help, I took their um reactions or the way that they talk to me, like I heard it a different way. Okay. And sometimes like I don't, I'm sure I ruined many good relationships because of that. Okay. And I'm talking about like, my relationships with men, but probably friendships and everything, and there's things that I'm sure that I'm not even aware of. I'm aware of it now. Okay. So today I try to like pay attention to my behavior and how I'm responding. I'm not a victim today. Today I'm in charge of my life. I know that. Today I decide. I make that choice every day. That it says right here, we may even have to learn one day at a time how to be happy and content. And that's what I've committed to myself. Okay. But like there's this fine line. Like I don't know everything. Does anybody know everything? I don't think so. But it's it says we may have to give up something to do this. We may have to let go of our martyr or victim role. If we ask for what we want and need and get those things met, we will not be able to punish people or push them away later on for disappointing us. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like I feel like I probably did that a million times in my life. Okay, push people away. Um, yeah. So, but also it's like this thin line. It's like don't allow myself to take the blame for other people's bad behavior, because I can go down that road of like, oh, maybe I was too harsh on them and things like that. Okay. And that's like what you don't want to do. Okay. Because that's just kind of like setting yourself up for, for more heartache. All right. And I mean, I've done it 1,000 times, so it's like, I'm not saying it's better if you could get it the first time, but I never did. All right. So I haven't yet. All right. It's a day at a time. Right now I have no romantic connections. I have a few friends, but I also am highly empathic and just I have to spend a lot of time meditating. I have to spend a lot of time alone. I'm with my kids a lot of times, and um, just because of I'm working on it. All right, I'm working on becoming more social. My friend circle is growing a little bit, but even still, it's like not everybody deserves to be in your circle. Okay. It says, today I will be open to identify what I need from people and I will ask for what I want directly. I will let others be there for me. Okay. Like today I did call somebody, and I said, um, what I needed help with. Normally I try to and this is like something like very technical. Like I don't know anything about it. Like um, I've tried. They have like these sites where you could like do things by yourself. Okay, but I can't figure it out. Why? Because I think too much. Okay, so I'm like fire and air. I'm like a whole bunch of fire and air. So I'm like I want to go and get shit done, but then I can also like overthink the holy crap out of it. So which can stop me. So anyway, it I don't know, we'll see what happens. I reached out, I called, I'm going to do the next step. It's like baby steps. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's how relationships are. I am a, I feel like I'm a lot of fun. I'm funny. I like to be around people, but sometimes I can overthink it and make things a lot more a lot more complicated than they need to be. So I don't even know if that like made sense with what was read, but it's what came out, so I guess I needed to say it. And I only share my experience because like I just feel like that, like for me, like sometimes I'm listening to people like these motivational speakers, and I just feel like they're so full of crap. It's like, don't talk to me like you never have a motherfucking bad day. Okay? Like I just don't believe people like that. So it's like it's not that I don't want to um present myself in a way where I would ever come across where I feel like I'm better than you, you know, or like I've got like something down that you can't get in touch with, okay? Like no, that's not it. Everything I learned from somebody else, or I've learned through it because I lived through it, okay? And I'm telling you because hopefully you won't have to live through it, or if you're living through it, you won't have to live through it as long as I did, okay? And that's the God's honest truth right there. All right, so what do you want to share? What does the collective need to know today? Ooh, the sweat lodge. I feel like we got this before, right? But there's that light, okay? It's like things are changing. Yeah, it's a 9. It's a 54. All right, let's see. I opened up to 64. So let's read about it really quick, see what it says. The sweat lodge represents the womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside, then brought into the lodge and placed in the shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in complete darkness around the red hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. Okay, we're letting go of the fact that everybody's bad or these victim roles or whatever it is, okay? This goes with, I just love how these cards always go with what we're reading, right? When you return humbly to the womb of Mother, you are offered second chances. The invitation. This is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges and, without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. So it's like, okay, so yeah, finally learned to let it go. It's time to let it go. Okay. The past is over and done with, and things are going to be good from now on. Okay. This darkness, it's like you're walking into the light. We are all walking into the light. Okay. We are sweating the past out. Life is offering you a second chance. Take it. Since this chance may not come your way again for a while, Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for a spiritual rebirth. Give yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, and your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out on the other side, free, wise, and full of creativity. Dang. Yeah, fly high. Let's see what's at the bottom. Taming the Wind. I started hearing that song. Wild horses couldn't carry. I don't know how. I don't know. It's just Wild Horses. It's called Wild Horses. I don't know who sings it. Aerosmith? I don't know. Anyway, listen to it if you're moved to. I'm going to listen to it now to see why the heck that popped into my mind. But here we are, shedding the past, all right? And I feel like it must be a lot to do with whatever we read here, okay? Because this was about the past. We may have to give up something to do this. We may have to let go of our martyr or victim role. If we ask for what we want and need and get those needs met, we will not be able to punish people or push them away later on for disappointing us. So it's like no longer blaming anyone else, but taking responsibility for where you're at, because it's like nobody put you there. Okay. You're where you're at because of the decisions you've made. Okay. But it's also your decision to move out. It's like you can make that choice to get out. And it says right here, we may even have to learn one day at a time how to be happy and content. Learn to let others be there for us. So if you don't know how to be happy on a daily basis, then, see somebody that, like take direction. I have women in my life that I look up to and I talk to, and Even men, that I talk to that, um, they give me directions because sometimes, like, I'm not even joking. I can literally wake up and forget everything that I've done the day before to feel good. So it's just like that. But I also make the conscious effort to say, okay, hey, you know what? I I can recognize that my brain is like going down the wrong path. So let me get it together. Let me go outside. Let me do what I got. Let me do what I do because I like to do all my stuff outside when the weather permits. So let that shit go. The past is over and done. Okay? We're starting something new. Just embrace the new you. You're new today, right now, just because you say so. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.